Hello, welcome back to Appalachian Frugal, where I thought this week I would share with you what I did the past week to stay on my frugal path. One of the things I did was to place a bid on an online auction. I like to do that because I can usually get artificial plants, which I use outside. I'm a terrible gardener, and the deer eat anything I do manage to grow. So I like to incorporate artificial plants around the yard. I had a $2 bid, and I was able to get these two plants and this one purple plant that you can see here. And I'll use them in the yard. It was under $3 after my auction fees and my tax. We're very lucky to have two auction houses that I can drive through within 10-15 minutes to pick items up. The next frugal thing, I was gifted some clothes. Thank you, Wilma, for the clothes. There's one top I love. I even wore it on Labor Day. So I was very tickled to get new clothes. For me, anyway, they're new clothes. I then was able to, I volunteer at a soup kitchen where we have Meals on Wheels first, and then we open up the doors to anyone that needs a hot meal. Once we close the doors and we're ready to clean, if they're leftovers, I can get 2 meals. I worked 3 days, but I was actually gifted 7 meals, which I love because the meals are cooked. We warm them up in the microwave if we need to. There's no dirty dishes. They're in the styrofoam. We can heat it up in the styrofoam. And we don't have using electricity. One of the things I do, which is really cheap, is I cut off the top of my container. If it has not touched the food and it's clean, I save it to use as a paper plate later. Just one of my things to make sure I get the most use out of it. We then move on to Friday, where I was very lucky. I saw an ad in the on Marketplace where a lady was giving away 2 ceramic pumpkins. So right away I sent her a text. She's only 10 minutes from my house, and I was able to get those. Well, she also had another listing that was for a doormat, and it happened to be a Grinch doormat. So I was very tickled. I was able to get those. On the way to her place, I received a text asking if I wanted a patio rug, 2 beach chairs, and also a booster seat, which I can use for my grandson. All those items we could use, so I was very excited. Then when I arrived, I found out she was moving. She gave me additional items, which were some Halloween decorations, a really neat shower curtain for Halloween, a storage unit, which is cloth drawers, which I'm going to use as my grandson that's 15. We're going to use it in his room to kind of organize, and an overhanging door, metal rack that has shelves on it. So that was a really good haul because we can use everything that's there. Anything we cannot use, we will always donate if we cannot use it. After that, on Saturday, I went to the church and I got my 2 meals. Homemade chicken salad, which was great on a croissant, with a cookie and some vegetables. So that was dinner. And on Sunday, I went to our local grocer. They let me call in the day before, and they will save me trimmings that day for my daughter's 2 dogs. And so I was very lucky. This is a picture of all the trimmings I got, and we make dog food with it. Now, some of the small things I did this week that we like to do is I was looking for solar lights, could not find any solar lights anywhere. They were expensive. What was left that I could find. So I was disappointed. Should have gone sooner. So I did go to Dollar Tree. I'll show you a picture of the lights that I have. And with these lights, I put one in my bathroom. So at night, I have to use this, no electricity. I put one on my stove in the kitchen and one in the living room, which is right by the stairs where you come up from the family room. My husband likes to go watch TV in the family room, and he likes to have the light on. So that's my goal, is to use these with batteries, and I hope it pays off, and I'm not using electricity. The other thing I do, which is very cheap of me, is my cotton balls I cut in half to get them to last double the time. And I use my own astringent, which I make from apple cider vinegar and water. I recommend going on Pinterest to see what you can make for yourself. So I hope some of these items you can use, that you might want to incorporate your frugal life. And please, in the comments, include anything that you do that we might be able to share with others. If we all work together, I'm sure we can reduce our bills. So please remember, life is expensive, but it doesn't have to be. Thank you, and next week we will be doing an episode on televisions that you don't have a scripture for, where you can watch, for example, Tubi. Please look at that. It's free, and I really like Tubi a lot. So thank you. Have a great frugal week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.